Leon Kennedy might be the most beloved protagonist in Resident Evil history. And honestly, it's not hard to see why. He's charming, self-sacrificing, and somehow cracks jokes while surviving things that would break most people.
No way, Leon.
Way?
Fans have been following him since 1998, and his reputation only grew after Resident Evil 4 turned him into one of gaming's most iconic action heroes. But here's the thing, for a character this popular, we actually know surprisingly little about where he came from. In Resident Evil 2, the story gives you the quickest possible introduction. Rookie cop, first day, zombie apocalypse. That's it. And for years, most people accepted that as enough. Today, we're going through everything, so let's get into it. Leon has only spoken about his past in fragments, and intentionally so, but one quote cuts through.
I could have died, but a police officer took it upon himself to save me. I wanted to become a cop as well, in order to save as many people as I could. That's what made me decide to become a cop.
His parents are never named. His siblings, if he had any, are never mentioned. What we know is that his family was involved in what he describes only as heinous crimes.
When I was a kid, my family were involved in heinous crimes, and I lost them all at once. I was the only one who survived.
What were those heinous crimes? When Leon says his family was involved in heinous crimes, the game gives you nothing else. No elaboration, no flashback, no file to find, just those two words. There are a few directions this could go. Let's go through them. Theory 1. Umbrella Europe. Leon is Italian-American. Italy is in Southern Europe. Umbrella Corporation had a European division, Umbrella Europe, that operated largely in the shadows, conducting research and recruitment far from Raccoon City. Could members of his family have been connected to Umbrella's European operations? It's possible. The heinous crimes in the RE universe almost always point toward bioterrorism, human experimentation, or corporate violence. Those are the franchise's defining crimes. But I'll be honest, this one is thin. There's no direct evidence pointing to it. I'm putting it on the table, not championing it. Theory 2. Organized crime / the Mafia. The mid to late 90s were peak mob movie era. Goodfellas, Donnie Brasco, A Bronx Tale. These films were everywhere, and they were obsessed with Italian-American crime families. It's not a stretch to think Capcom's writers had some of that cultural energy in the room when they were sketching out who Leon was before the Academy. But here's where it gets interesting, because there's one film connection that might be more than coincidence. Theory 3. The Leon the Professional Connection. In 1994, director Luc Besson released Leon the Professional, starring Jean Reno as an Italian hitman living in New York, tangled up with the mob, who accidentally becomes the protector of a 12-year-old girl named Matilda after her family is killed. Sound familiar? In RE2, Leon becomes the protector of Sherry Birkin, a young girl whose parents are killed in the outbreak. In RE4, he does it again with Ashley Graham. You could argue that guy protects girl is a common enough story beat. Fair. But Capcom left something behind that's harder to explain away. When you complete the original Resident Evil 4, you unlock two things: a handgun called the Matilda, and a difficulty mode called Professional. Matilda, Professional. That's not a coincidence, but it's the kind of Easter egg that tells you the writers had that film in their heads when they were building Leon. And if the film was an influence on who Leon became, it's fair to ask whether his origin, the family, the crimes, the mob, was cut from the same cloth.